Most people try to end the year like they're trying to finish strong in a marathon. It looks impressive in theory, but in practice, it feels terrible in the body. The problem is not your discipline, it is the absence of rails that keep your life from tipping over when the holidays, school breaks, flu season, and end of year workloads all collide at the same time. So here's the plan. 5 small, boring on purpose systems to make next year your best year yet. By the end of this video, you'll have a lighter mind and a January that doesn't need rescuing. This is a very detailed nitty-gritty video, so get your pen and your paper and let's get started. Number 1, the 4 C's. Close, carry, cancel, and cash. The mistake most people make is trying to review the whole year, which quickly turns into self-critique and 100 new goals. We don't need a memoir. What we need is to drain the standing water before it freezes. Do this. 45 minutes, set a timer, and step 1. Write down everything in your head, every open loop that you've been carrying, every unfinished form, all the returns, all the stray DMs and emails you've been wanting to reply to, the kids' immunization, everything, the lamp that you didn't fix. Don't organize, just write it down. Step 2, triage every single item using the 4 C's we've just spoken about. Close means to do it now. If it takes under 10 minutes, you can print the label, cancel the subscription, send that message. 10 minutes. Carry, on the other hand, means that it matters, but it will require more time. So we're going to schedule it for a later time with a clear first action. Cancel means, look, this thing is no longer worth our time. We're letting it go. We're going to delete it off our list. And cash means to park it somewhere with a reminder for a realistic month in the new year. For example, resume gardening plan in March. Simple. Another example, learn Italian in January becomes cash to May, right? Plus a first step that then becomes, do I want to do an app or do I want to get a tutor? You'll feel the pressure fall as you convert all of the fog in your head into actionable decisions. So, number 1 is to deal with the decision backlog. Number 2, most of us set goals on a blank January calendar, ignoring the actual life that we've just lived. That's how we end up committing to a 6 a.m. workout in a month that is packed with 8 a.m. school assemblies. Pull the last 6 or 8 to 12 weeks of your calendar, both work and home, and run a quick scan. Look at it and run a scan. Don't judge the activity, judge the effect. Because a school run with a chatty kid might be an excellent thing, right? Whereas a quick check-in that turns into a 45-minute thing might not have been an excellent idea. Now recode your boundaries. A, pad by default. Add 15 minutes to every single meeting that you have and 15 minutes between every single meeting. Otherwise, reduce the number of commitments that you schedule every single day. B, no hard things back to back to back to back to back. If you present in the morning, so you have a presentation, you're not going to be hosting a big client call or hosting an event at home. Move something so that you're not doing heavy things back to back to back. Then C, pick your losses in advance. Decide which standing thing you'll skip during heavy weeks. Make the decision before the week gets heavy. E.g., you can cancel Wednesday book club, if you do such a thing, in the weeks that you travel or in the weeks where your kids are sick. Know that this is something you will give up when things get heavy. And then D, relabel a day to change behavior. You can call Fridays your light Friday in your calendar. This way you're only scheduling admin tasks, you're batching work, you're doing small things that need to be done, but you are not filling the day with heavy tasks. Number 2 is to accurately plan for the future by truthfully scanning the past. Number 3, the reason December melts your brain isn't just the volume of tasks, it's the redeciding. Instead of doing that every single time, create one-page micro protocols that you can follow on autopilot. Here are some detailed examples. A, weeknight dinner defaults. Make a list or 3 15-minute meals that you can make. You always have the ingredients for, and you can always easily acquire the ingredients for. Make a list of those things: eggs plus frozen vegetables, sheet pan chicken, whatever you need to do to get dinner running smoothly, which can mean, eating the same 3 to 4 meals every single week. Add the grocery list for these items to your notes app so that way you can reorder them monthly without thinking. B. Sick day plan. A short, bare minimum work checklist and a home recovery kit. Fluids, meals, bland foods, small activities for the kids. We want to plan ahead of time. This is what we want to do, so we're not catching our tails and running on empty every single day of our lives. C. School morning flow. A 5-step list printed on the pantry door. Write it down somewhere, bags by the door at night, water bottles filled, your medication next to your toothbrush, shoes by mat, out of the door by 8:35 a.m. If you write it down and you just follow it daily, you wouldn't have to rethink and redecide every single day. Same thing goes for traveling kit. A standard packing list for when you and your family need to go away. A toiletries bag that never gets emptied. A leave home checklist. Things like turn off the lights, run the dishwasher, take the bins out, charging cables packed. Those kinds of things that you need every day. Come up with a list and stick to it, right? Then we also have the work shutdown checklist. Last 15 minutes of each day. Clear the desktop, shut down computer, move unfinished tasks to the right buckets for tomorrow or for next week. Write a quick Monday list for Monday of 3 doable actions so you don't have to think when you sit down on Monday morning. You have it all written down from Friday. Store these wherever you need them. The pantry, the entryway, your work desk, the bathroom, the cabinets. And then pin whatever needs to be pinned in your notes app. The goal is not perfection. No, the goal is fewer decisions so that your brain isn't operating at 100 247. So number 3 is create default lists that work for your life today and for your family. Number 4, most people set time budgets and ignore bandwidth. You don't run out of hours in a day. We don't run out of time. What we do run out of, though, is a regulated nervous system. Make a bandwidth budget. Assume that you have, say, 100 units of usable focus and social energy per week. Now look at your calendar and price the big rocks. Deep work blocks will drain you some, right? Meetings will drain you some. Kids' evening performance, that will drain you some. Back-to-back social events, admin afternoons, therapy, family time, family logistics, Sunday budgeting and meal planning and all these things. You'll see quickly while you feel done by Wednesday. Now write 3 rules that automatically downshift you into maintenance mode when the system is under strain. If sleep debt is high, cancel all the non-essentials, everything. The fact that we have it written down on the calendar doesn't mean that we have to do it. If you lead 2 presentations, for example, maybe the following morning can be a quiet morning, right? Maintenance mode means that you keep the momentum going, but at the barest minimum level. You drop all the extras until the gauge returns to green. Create a maintenance menu for yourself. 10-minute tidy instead of the full-on clean, right? Prepped dinner instead of an elaborate one. You can walk instead of doing your full-on workout, right? You can email triage instead of inbox 0. You don't fail the plan. You're doing something, but you are letting the plan adapt to your routine. So number 4 is to plan with your bandwidth in mind. Not just your time, but your capacity. Number 5, January doesn't burn you out only because of the tasks that you are doing and everything you have to catch up with. It's also the constant digital static. Don't go into a digital spree and say, I'm going to delete all the apps on my phone. No, you may not be able to sustain that. However, what you can potentially do is redesign how you access input so that signal is easy and noise is effortful. On your home screen, for example, you can have maybe 1 row of apps. Your calendar, your notes app, your camera, your timer. Everything else gets buried in folders on the 2nd page or the 3rd page or removed completely. Perhaps all social and shopping apps can go off the home screen and go behind search. You can still find them, but it would take that much effort. You would have to actually mean it to go find the app. Speaking of notifications from tempting apps, allow allow only a handful of notifications maximum. Everything else goes into silent mode and gets checked when you have the time for it. For your inbox, create 2 rules. Triage window only, so that you only open the emails during your windows, and then the same day 1-minute rule. If the reply will take under a minute, just do it. Do it and get it done. If it needs a thought, you can snooze it and then cache it for later. As for social feeds, switch your scroll time to a single list of creators who teach you something about what you are doing or want to learn about, or something you are actually learning about or are interested in. Remove everybody else over the course of 30 days. You're free to do that. And then add friction so that maybe you can set your phone to grayscale after 8 p.m. or put it to charge in the hallway. Make it harder to do the things that you don't want to do, and make it so much easier to do the things that you actually want to do. So number 5 is resetting digital signal to noise ratio. Here's something you can do. Write the first 10 things, 10 items of everything in your head, all of the decision backlog. Write it down and close 2 of them today.